Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahashim, Rachahakodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the Akim and Akhwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Jachanan Nawaf just coming at you with another quick lesson. Pray that it's edifying by the Spirit. And these are Edomites right here that you may have heard of them before. But let's just get the title here. It says, "We won't force our children to learn to read and write." Right? This is Adele Allen, 39, from Brighton. Says her kids don't need school. Okay. I mean, pretty much overall, Esau not teaching shit in these schools anyway. But you think out here in this world, you would need math and reading and knowing how to fucking count money and little stuff like that. I mean, other than that, Esau schools is shitty. You might as well just learn those basics and go get a trade or something. But of course, if you wanted to go further in education as far as being a doctor, a lawyer, a little shit like that, you had to go really for real, for real. But I mean, in reality, American school is a waste of time. I'm not sure if this is America though. It might be, but anyway, it don't make no difference. Esau Edom's whole curriculum, no matter where they are, it doesn't make no damn difference. Shit is silly as hell. They don't teach no truth. They teach a bunch of damn pseudoscience and lies anyway. So, but anyway, this is just silly as hell. And these are your original Flintstones, man. I'll say it that way. Your original Flintstones. You ever seen the Flintstone cartoon? It says a couple have revealed that they won't force their three children to read or write, and even allow them to set their own bedtimes. Adele and Matt Allen, both 39 from Brighton, believe in child autonomy and said their kids, Ulysses 12, Astera 8, and Kai 4, are allowed to make their own decisions. The couple first hit deadlines. I'm assuming they meant headlines. When then 1-year-old Astera shocked viewers by urinating on the floor during an episode of This Morning in 2016. Of course, I mean, this is that Job situation, man. Violent in the earth. Says since then, stay-at-home mom, I don't think they're here in America, Adele has shockingly revealed that her children keep to no fixed schedule, bedtime, or meal times, and what she calls an unschooling approach. What's more, the couple refused to vaccinate their children and instead seek natural and herbal remedies for when they're feeling poorly. Now, one thing I will say about this is the so-called white people, they can do shit like this. But if it was a so-called black couple talking this type of shit, the so-called white man, they will come and take those children. And we know it. Matter of fact, let's get a quick scripture, man. We know Esau Edom will come and take you Negroes' kids, man. That let you know that you're not free too. You're under this man's system, and he has you in captivity. You're not gonna just do what you want to do here, just because you can jump in your car and go to Walmart and shop and make moves and go to whatever, go to a damn picnic or something later. That doesn't mean that you're free. Let's get this Psalms real quick. 73. Let's start at verse 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men." See, they're not fucked with like how we're fucked with. That's how you know they're in power. This is their kingdom, and they can do stuff like that. But you Negroes try something like that. Try something like that. And see how that works out for you. What do you mean they're not gonna learn how to read and write our curriculum and this? No, they're coming to take your damn kids and get to telling you about how foul of a parent you are. Straight up. It says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, and that's real prideful. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. See? That's them, man. This is them people. As a matter of fact, when this kind of remind that Job came to mind, man. Violent in the earth, yeah, Job 30. Salah. Let me start. Well, let me start at the top. Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Job's like, man, I wouldn't even allow them to be around my dogs, man. And we already know how they'll get down. Come on. Yeah. Where it says, yea, where too might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For what? For want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former times, desolate and waste. And that's pretty much what these people are. They're in the wilderness, off the grid, so to speak, just living like, damn Flintstones. It says, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Them damn Flintstones, man. That's why they call Caucasians, man. They're known for being in those Caucasus Mountains, man. Out here, and check it out. Check out what it says. It says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. And that word bray, it goes off into like like when you hear a horse or a donkey or some type of animal, just grunting basically. They didn't have no language. Matter of fact, it's a couple. It's a family here in the Appalachian Mountains, if I'm pronouncing that right. I just seen an article on them the other day, but they're inbred and they don't have no language. They just grunt and this is in modern day 2023. They grunt to each other. You see, it says they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And now I am their song, yea, I am their byword. So see, you have goddamn Flintstones ruling over a royal people. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are the Israelites. But you have people like this right here ruling over you because we didn't obey the Lord when we made that contract with him coming out of Egypt, man, with the law, statutes, and commandments that Moses wrote down for us, man. We made a contract with the Lord to, do what the Lord said. And yeah, we went into captivity a bunch of times, and here we are again in the Americas in captivity to a base nation. These people are stupid as hell, man. you know. But anyway, here you go. I mean, hey, but like I said again, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans try some shit like this, they coming to take your babies. It says the couple have shunned the cruel and lazy labels thrown at them by other parents, with the pair defending their actions, saying their kids have now forged a strong sense of identity. Our son was 10 years old when he began taking an interest in wanting to read and write, said Adele. He just picked up a pen and paper and taught himself. Yeah, right. The kids go to bed when they like, wake up when they like, and we don't like alarms, and we don't have set meal times. We just make food when they're hungry, and as they get older, they make themselves food. We never force kids to do chores, but we do actively encourage them to help out. They help us look after our animals, gardening in our allotment, and keep their rooms tidy. Adele, who breastfed her kids until they were 3, explained that they have no need for school and would rather the children follow their own paths with a little guidance from her and Matt. We just follow their lead, she said. See that? That's stupid as hell. We don't use the education system. Instead, we unschool our kids. This means they have to show an interest in something for us to explore with them. See that? Look at these. Never mind. Let me keep it classy. It says, with them not being in the classroom setting, there isn't the pressure there to do certain things by a certain age. We believe in child autonomy and enabling kids to take governance of their life, make their own choices, and decide what goes on in their life rather than dictating to them. However, this doesn't mean no guidance. It's just about involving them in the decisions. And so far, the mother of 3 says their unconventional parenting style has paid off, with their eldest Ulysses picking up passions for animals and computers, while daughter Ostera has taken to sewing. She also shed light on her and Matt's natural lifestyle that she says naturally progressed after she fell pregnant. Shit's stupid, man. These kids could be doing that shit. Just them just hobbies. Shit. Come on. It says she said I didn't have any medicalized births. And we started doing things alternatively and out of the system. I mean, hey man, hey, like I said, you ask me, to a certain extent, I don't see nothing wrong with the shit because, like I said, America, all these European countries, their curriculum, their schooling, all that is just a bunch of bullshit, man. Just a bunch of bullshit, and it's really all about control. But like I said again, hey, I can't see no so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American couples being able to pull no shit like this off without the so-called white man coming to take the kids. It says we didn't do vaccinations for our kids, which people say is cruel of us, and we don't use the healthcare system. Instead, we use natural and herbal remedies. We just focus on natural remedies and grow our own herbs, so the kids are involved in that too. People also think we are also being cruel to the kids because we don't use the healthcare system or believe in vaccination. It really riles them up. And for the haters who call the parents lazy, Adele says they couldn't be more wrong due to the sheer amount of work and effort that goes into raising their children. People have called us lazy, which just makes me laugh because our parenting style is opposite of lazy. They don't see our lifestyle in action. It's full of in the fact that we don't have as much of our own time as adults because we're not in the routine of putting the kids to bed. Every day looks different for us. We don't have a strict schedule to follow each day, and we're always monitoring the kids, their emotions, and how they're feeling. We aren't just sending them off to school for teachers to deal with. We have to respond and adapt accordingly to how they're engaging. I think it can be confused with permissive parenting, where there is no boundaries or guidance. But we do have boundaries, just not arbitrary rules. We're taking full responsibility for their development. You can clearly see they off. You can clearly see they look like they might be brother and sister. Straight up, not even bullying. They do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Says the news comes as the wife and mother reveal that she wouldn't be turning her radiator on except for extreme conditions and would use a minimal amount of lighting in her home. Anyway, you get the point. Well, let me just grab one more scripture. I'm not gonna keep this long, but I'm telling you, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you run out here and try some shit like that, they're gonna take your kids. Trust me. What you gonna keep them off? You got a garden. You treating them with medicines from, and that's really the reason, the way that we're supposed to live anyway, though. With off of fruits, vegetables, the herbs, or the medicines of the earth. You know what I'm saying? But the so-called white man, he didn't talk away all that shit, and he's not about to allow you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to pull no shit like that, man. You can forget about that. That's for sure. But these white people, hey, they could do what they want to do because it's their kingdom. This is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So the shit that these kids are learning, hey, it's gonna be you'll see what it's like. Because what if they ever have to? I mean, you get it, man. These people, hey, what can you say? You can be any damn thing in Esau Edom's world, man, pretty much. But like I said, don't you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans run out here and think you're about to pull no shit like this. They coming to get them babies with the police and shoot your ass in front of them if you resist. Like for real, for real. And the scriptures goes off into sparing the rod, can fuck the kids up, and they're not getting no discipline. So they're just gonna be able to just grow up and be adults and run out here in the world and just act as if everybody's supposed to treat them like they fucking mama and daddy. That's not gonna work out for them, man. They're not gonna turn out too social, like that. They're not gonna be able to maintain out here like that. They're gonna definitely have to stay where they are in some goddamn backwoods somewhere, and just live off the land, so to speak. And like I said, with certain situations, some of what this is good, I would say. But overall, you're living in these 2020 in the 2020s, so to speak. It's kind of hard to pull stuff like that off. But I know for a fact, I'm pretty certain that you so-called blacks, hey, you had to be under the radar. You couldn't do you. As a matter of fact, somebody would know because your parents and you had to move somewhere for real, for real. Because even your relatives around you will be like, girl, what you, girl, especially the women. What you mean they ain't going to school? What you mean they just go? They can just do what they want. What you mean? Nah, even your family not gonna have that shit. But there is order, man. So we're about order, and there's really no order to that. You know, there's no order to that shit, man. Anyway, though, I just wanted to touch on that, and hey, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Come your solo.